Don't forget them. So let's go ahead. And then we're going to jump into this process. And we're going to create a new Google Ads account. So we can just click on New Google Ads account. And now we're going to be prompted with this interesting thing, where they now try to kind of like different questions, and they try to set you up to make your own ad. Is a little bit confusing, because maybe you looked at and said, and so instead of doing all of this, we're going to scroll down, switch to expert mode right here. And the reason why we're doing this is because Google's little thing that they want you to go through. Because Google, so they're gonna convince you to. I would suggest just switching to expert mode and just get started running ads. I'll show you every step of the process here. Let's click on. And once we do that, for what type of ads we want to run and what we're really going for, right? And so typically, you can certainly, and you're looking for someone's phone number, and maybe you're a real estate agent, then maybe you want to go for leads, website traffic. You can go for local store visits and promotions, brand awareness and reach. Just very general thing. I personally would suggest going for website traffic. Just as website traffic, maybe as to a specific landing page, it gives us more leeway when we choose website traffic, but you can certainly, which we'll talk about, like search, display shopping. Right, if we're going for leads, they have some different options there, right? If you're going for brand awareness, and you have video, the campaign type is app, right? And what type of ad you want to run. Now this is when we get into selecting a campaign type. This is going to be a very important part of the video. Each one of these different types of advertisements, because this is going to significantly affect. So the first one that we have is going to be Google search ads. These are the basic Google search ads. You've probably seen so many of these. It's probably what you think of. Just to show you here, I'm going to be marketing my marketing agency, right? And so if you wanted an example of this search ad, we could say marketing agency, New York, right? And when we do this, these are all basic Google search ads. This is the first option here, right? These are going to be the ones right here. And it comes up when somebody searches in Google. Sometimes there's 4. It depends, but those are the basic Google search ads. The reason why I like search ads is because it's going to give you exactly what you want for people who are searching for something. So when somebody searches marketing agency in New York versus a display ad which might pop up across the web, right? So maybe you're reading a blog, or maybe you are on some news website, and you see an ad that pops up on the side. Typically, there's going to be some pictures. Sometimes people call these banner ads as well. That's not something that I really do too much of. And then what we like to do, and this is what I would suggest doing as well. Start with search. Once you nail down search, if you don't want to do that, like maybe you want to focus just on display, get that down to a science first. Don't try to manage all of these different types of ads. Just trust me on that. Then we have shopping ads. And so because we're trying to get website traffic available to us right here at the moment, this is also something that, for example, protein powder. If we want to get organic protein powder, then you're going to see. And so some of these are going to be advertisements. See right here? And so if you're selling a physical product, you can certainly do that. And you can have your product pop up here at the top. And that's certainly something that is very feasible and very doable for a lot of people. And let's go back to here. We see our search ads, shopping ads. If you want to reach people on YouTube, YouTube ads are getting very expensive. I would know this because we have like. And we see the certain conversion rates. And we see the certain YouTube ads are getting a little bit expensive. Obviously, there's more work involved with that. You can't just do some basic search content. And that does take quite a bit more effort. So it's probably not something. But of course, through Google Ads, we have discovery as well. If you're looking for you're trying to get it out there. You can even advertise on Gmail and other areas as well. So they have some pretty cool integrations. Now I'm going to click on search. And once we do that, then we can fill in our business's website. Now don't worry. At the moment, you can fill in something else. Because there's going to be some pretty important be including in the next couple of minutes here. And so let's go ahead. For this example, we're just going to use one of our websites for this channel, which is Central Media for companies. So let's say that we want to market. And so I'm going to go ahead. And then we can click on continue. And so you can start tracking your website traffic. Yeah, you don't have to do this right now. We can circle back to this. Let's click and continue. The most important part's up here. You can see that we're on step 1 of 4. Then we have to set up our ad groups. We're going to find keywords. And then we're going to have to put in and decide how much we're willing to spend on these new campaigns. So for our campaign name, let's say website marketing campaign. Or just website marketing ads number 1. So this is going to be our first campaign. And then for networks, I know that they're going to try to get me into this. In display network right now, it can still be just words. But I really want to target specifically just search. Like if somebody on some random website, I want to focus just on search so that I can avoid people. If they're on some random website and they click on it suddenly. So now let's talk about targeting and audience segments. This is very crucial in regards to running ads and marketing. You'll know that as you go more specific, as you whittle things down, or one specific state or one area, it's generally going to cost you more money. Overall, everyone in the world. And so you're going to notice this. Really take this into consideration. Or the service that you're selling. What is most important to you in terms of market? Can you go broad? Because if you can, per click or per conversion, as what you would otherwise. If I'm selling a physical product, well, sure, I can probably sell it to everyone in the US and probably Canada, but I don't know if I want to go all countries because shipping costs can be really expensive. Or I'm shipping to South Africa somewhere. Then it might end up costing me a lot of money. Or maybe I just don't want to target those customers. Maybe it might not be as affordable to other people. You want to think about that when you are targeting ads. Running ads. I don't want to be targeting because we're primarily based in the Northeast. And so instead of just saying, I'm going to go ahead and click on. And for this, let's say that I want to target New York. Right, and I can decide between New York State. It shows you the potential amount of people in that area and in that region. Let's say that I want to target all of New York State. And let's say that I want to add to it as well. For my marketing agency, that I can get from that. We can also exclude if we don't want anybody. But for some reason, let's say that I don't want to target people in, let's say New Jersey, right? Where I can't do business in New Jersey. Making this up here. But let's say that I want to exclude New Jersey. Exclude that. Because maybe it's really important that you don't. For some reason. Maybe our tow truck drivers, they don't have a license in another state. So there's a lot of reasons. But you're gonna know that as you get more specific. Right, so if you target only men, or only women, people who are only over the age of 40. All of those specific things. And how much it's costing you for your ads. So just please be aware of that. So let's go ahead. And let's continue on to languages. I mean, you don't want to be targeting languages that. But for this, I mean, if we wanted to open up the market even more, we could probably include in that area that we're targeting. Another cool thing though, certain languages are under-targeted and underserved. And so you can end up actually getting some. If say that you are running an ad in New York for a language that's not very common. So just an interesting thought there. So let's go ahead. Let's continue on down to budget. You don't really need to worry about this right now. Now when we talk about budget for running Google Ads, you want to think about a couple of things. You don't have to have the most beautiful, perfect, best converting ad on the first day. You have to understand that with marketing, it's going to take time. That you're not going to have the best ad on day one. And what you have to do, or A/B testing. You test different ads and you try them. Then you start to tweak it, the original one, and again and again. You're changing to the point where eventually you end up having the perfect ad. Maybe after weeks, you end up having the perfect ad. So this is what every marketer does. And they will do these A/B tests. How does this? You don't want to blow all of your money right away. Starting with a pretty small amount of money, look at your overall budget and say, if you have a $10,000 budget for running ads, then I would suggest maybe starting really small. And maybe your budget's smaller. Maybe you only have $500 to run on ads. But this is going to be your daily budget. For my daily budget, I'm willing to spend $40 per day, $1,200 per month. And so you know, this could be a little bit expensive for some people. Quite a few clients. This cost of $40 per day. Alright, and then, how we're doing bidding. So what do we want to focus on? Do we want to focus on clicks? for our website to get them there. Like conversions, impressions. That's typically what most people are going to go for. Per click bid limit. And so you need to understand, for this video, general marketing, you need to understand her new customer. And so if you have a marketing agency, for every new marketing client, $100 to get that new client, or whatever it might be. Organic protein, new customer, $10 to get that customer. But make sure you figure those out before you start running ads, so that you know, for you to continue to run ads. Per click bid limit. You don't want to set this to low. But for me, for my marketing company, I don't want to be $8 per click. Probably won't even get to there. End up losing a whole of my money. And this is also a low budget. Just in case you end up spending all of your money. So we're going to set that for $8. I think we'll be able to get them a lot lower than that. We're scrolling down here, and there's a couple more things we can do. So for example, we can add a phone. This could be really good. A local business, or a marketing agency, or a doctor, a lawyer. You can just put your phone number on your advertisement. We found that with conversions. Click the rate. A lot better than that. And sometimes click on your ad. They just call. They see your number. You don't even actually Google for that. So a little hack. So let's go ahead and continue. You can add in your phone number. You can add these other things. Or you can circle. So let's click on save. And we're still on.